Something we've noticed over the past few weeks is that anytime the president is asked about why he's so adamant about sending the military into Portland, Oregon, he says some variation on the same statement.
Portland, Oregon. I mean, every time I look at that place, the place is burning down. There's fires all over the place. When a store owner, there are very few of them left, but when a store owner rebuilds a store, they build it out of plywood, and they don't put up storefronts anymore. They just put wood up because they know it's going to be ripped down. And then I hear how wonderful it is. It's not wonderful. It's a disaster.
This has happened repeatedly, where Trump claims that the city of Portland is a war zone and it's on fire, and all the businesses have left the city because it's just so dangerous. And you would assume that if this were actually the case, the White House and right-wing media would have literally anything to back that up.
Yeah.
But I guess we're just supposed to take the president's word for it.
Well, of course.
He is the president.
I mean, he did say this summer that if he hadn't stepped in and saved the city of Los Angeles
We'd all,
from the riots, the wars going on our streets, that the city would be nothing but rubble right now.
It would. We'd all be dead.
So,
My house would be a pile of bricks.
Having lived through that, all I can do is trust this man at his word and with my life.
Yeah. And yeah, it's unclear if Trump is simply lying to provide a convenient pretext for sending in the military, or actually believes this shit because his staffers just keep showing him the same 3 clips from 5 years ago, or are using AI to spit out new ones for him.
Yeah, this is like if Reagan, when his brain turned to mush, they immediately just started using AI on him.
Reagan would have loved AI. R.I.P. Ronald Reagan, you would have loved Sora 2.
Yeah, the Gipper would have been a big fan.
Gipper would have been a gooner.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, though, federal officers who are actually in Portland paint a different picture of the vibes up there. From the New York Times.
On September 27th, President Trump described Portland, Oregon as a war-ravaged city that was under siege from attack by Antifa mobs protesting ICE raids. But here's how federal officers described the scene outside the Immigration and Customs Enforcement building in Southwest Portland on September 25th. Low energy. The next day, the same. Low energy. Internal reports from the week before Mr. Trump ordered troops into Portland show that, by and large, the officers observed displays of civil disobedience, including protesters standing in front of vehicles on the road, playing loud music, and flipping a bird, and an older woman using chalk to write on a wall. Jeez. The group exhibited low energy throughout the day and into the evening, read the report for September 26th, the night before Mr. Trump's announcement. Protesters vocally expressed their opposition outside the facility, but no individuals engaged in behavior that prompted intervention from law enforcement. The day before, on September 25th, the report read similarly. The demonstrator count peaked at approximately 20. The group exhibited low energy throughout the day into the evening. But that night, one person was arrested for blocking the path of a federal vehicle. The subject was subsequently released with potential charges pending review by the U.S. Attorney's Office, the report concluded.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a mess up there in Portland.
Sounds like local law enforcement is completely overwhelmed. They're surrounded.
They're out of their element. They don't know what to do. This is absolutely pure chaos. In fact, I think the president might be underselling it to keep the rest of the country calm.
The Antifa horde is at the gate.
Because if Trump were to overstate what was going on in Portland, that might cause people in parts of the country that don't really get out much or aren't connected to the news or reality all that much. It might make them worry about the state of our country.
Yeah. We wouldn't want that, would we?
Absolutely not. Cause chaos for no reason?
No. And yeah, this was all double confirmed by a Trump-appointed Republican judge who temporarily blocked the deployment of troops to Portland on the grounds that there wasn't any evidence that protests outside Portland ICE facilities were especially violent or disruptive at all. And we saw back in June here in LA that all it takes is a few bad actors in a massive crowd of protesters to give Trump and right-wing media all the evidence that they're looking for that an entire city has become a bombed-out war zone. And it's pretty commendable that protesters up in Portland haven't given them anything like that. In fact, they've gone with an interesting new tactic that does a great job of highlighting how ridiculous all this rhetoric is. Not only is Portland not on fire, the people we're supposed to believe are Antifa terrorists are frogs, dinosaurs, unicorns, pirates, and chickens. It's so easy to snap a photo at the right moment and make even the most peaceful protester look menacing, but it's a lot harder when it's dozens of heavily armed goons staring down a guy in an inflatable frog costume. And in fact, it highlights what's really going on here, and who is actually menacing. Like, really, you want to send in the National Guard to stop Reptar from the Rugrats now? Is that it? You're scared of Reptar? Seems a little bit excessive.
Yeah, and it's a good defensive tactic too, because if, and it has happened a lot, but if one of these federal officers decides to beat your ass or violently arrest you, it is going to look insane on video.
Yeah, it's going to look real dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man is beating up Reptar. Wow.
I saw, I can't remember who said it, but they're just like, you can go on Getty Images and just type in the name of a city and then sort chronologically and really get like a vibe for like what's going on literally anywhere in the country or the world. And like, yeah, you type in Portland, Oregon and sort chronologically, and it's just like, oh, the Trailblazers played a game. Oh, like people enjoying a walk in the park. It actually, like, for the Pacific Northwest, this is the most idyllic time of year.
I was
right
just going to
now.
say, yeah, specifically fall is not exactly when you want to
Portland
act like it's a fucking hellhole.
Yeah, like normally it would at least be like kind of gloomy, and that gives a kind of ominous taint.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's like, I want to visit. It looks very, very nice out right now.
In fact, like, this is what's so upsetting is like, people should visit Portland right now and Oregon in general and see how amazing certain parts of the country that they refuse to visit actually are.
No, I think I'll stick with just believing that the entire city of Portland has been on fire for the last 5 years and counting.
Yeah. I'll just stay in my home on my 2 acres of property in northern Alabama and believe everything that Fox News is telling me.
Is it Nike headquartered in Portland?
Yeah. Well, at Beaverton, but yes.
Okay. How would the Nike Corporation continue just churning out new kicks on a regular basis if their headquarters was based in the middle of a Mad Max style war zone? Think about it for 1 fucking second, please.
Anyways, with some insight into this novel new approach to protesting fascism, here's the local Willamette Week with an interview with one of the costumed characters, the Portland Chicken.
Bok bok.
Why the chicken suit? It was originally Taco Trump. Trump always chickens out. It was for the first No Kings protest is what I got it for, because I had been protesting for a while and I kind of felt like I wanted to do something more than a clever sign this time. So yeah, that's what it is. Not an incredible amount of thought went into it at the time, though I did have ideas for the purpose of bringing a costume to an authoritarian consolidation.
That's pretty interesting too, because this person's clearly, up until this point, has been a pretty basic ass lib, because that taco shit, you wouldn't even know what that is unless you're like, you know, a Stephen Colbert liberal.
Yeah.
Not a leftist, not an Antifa person. They don't fucking care about the taco shit.
This is it was very effective during the early ICE protests. And I don't know how they got it so quick, but someone was dressed up as a full-size Labubu, like a real good looking Labubu costume.
That was the first
everywhere.
I didn't even know what a Labubu was when I saw that. That was my first run-in with Labubus in any size or form.
Yeah. So, you know, it does get a good point across. Like, how could this be? It's like,
this is what you're afraid of?
It's the end of Ghostbusters 2. Can you put into words what that purpose is? You and the frog have really become icons of this protest. There's been a nice overall whimsy that has shown up. The frog is amazing. We had a bunch of other inflatable people here last night, too. I saw people playing Twister the other day. What they rely on is fear. So by coming out in an absurdist manner, it speaks to them, to some extent, that we're actually not that afraid. It also dismantles their narrative a little bit. When they try to describe this situation as war-torn, it becomes much harder to take them seriously when you have to post a video saying Secretary Kristi Noem is up on the balcony staring over the Antifa army, and it's like 8 journalists and 5 protesters, and one of them's in a chicken suit.
And yeah, we should go ahead and show that video because it's utterly ridiculous. I mean, she's up on the roof of the ICE building, surveying the scene, surveying the carnage.
Woo!
And it's just a beautiful day in Portland with a tiny crowd of people standing on the sidewalk, one of whom is a chicken. This video was posted by Benny Johnson with this load-bearing caption.
Yeah.
Breaking. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem stares down army of Antifa and a guy in a chicken suit from the rooftop of the ICE facility here in Portland. Noem says, hey, guy in the chicken suit, you can do better. Too bad they are uneducated and ill-informed. Noem isn't chicken. Chicken emoji. I mean, like, why would you post this? Who's watching this and being like, oh my God, Portland really is under siege, just as Trump promised it would be.
I think Benny Johnson in particular will do post and say anything for this administration.
He's jockeying to be the new Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, yes, we've been over this. That's very clear. But also, Benny Johnson knows that everything on the internet relies on the fuel source of views. And this is a very funny juxtaposition.
But like, what? Ask for a second take. I don't know. Like,
I'd say so too.
This one seems like it was shot specifically to dismantle the arguments that they are presenting.
Well, they're also very stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
this might have been the best take they got.
I guess so. Anyway, more from the Chicken Man interview. What motivates you to protest? I think at some point I just tied my own fate into that of the movement, because I was someone who read most of the 2023 conservative playbook by the Heritage Foundation, Project 2025. And this is where it's looked like we've been leading for a while. The place this is going to go is such a departure from the world I thought I would have as a kid, and I would much rather do anything that I can to prevent that world from happening rather than just sit around selfishly and do nothing. How do you think the protest has gone these first almost 2 weeks? It feels like we're winning this. They're not getting the footage they're looking for. They look ridiculous. We won the court case, which ruled in our favor, even though it was a Trump-appointed judge. I saw something of a general in the Oregon National Guard being pretty explicit in saying if the National Guard was assigned here, one of their goals would be protecting the protesters. That kind of language shows that the real narrative of Portland is leaking out. And I think that the work that a lot of people have put into building a culture of discipline and a culture of whimsy and a knowledge of how they operate has really helped us.
There's, of course, plenty of other costume characters out there on the front lines against fascism. And here's Common Dreams with an interview with the Frog. Cool. I come out here day in, day out since June because I'm worried about my community. I'm concerned with what is happening in my community, said the protester, whom news outlets have recently identified as Seth Todd.
Yeah, conservative outlets literally like fucking dox this dude. It's so fucking ridiculous.
I don't want to see anyone treated inhumanely. Todd added that he finds it unacceptable that the Trump administration has deployed U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, officers and other federal agents to Portland, which President Donald Trump and other officials have baselessly described as war-ravaged and under siege from attack by Antifa, referring to protesters who oppose fascism. Local reports have made clear that the agents themselves are escalating violence in Portland, using tear gas and pepper balls to stop community members, including Todd, from protesting near an ICE facility. Last week, a federal agent was filmed shooting pepper spray directly into the air vent of Todd's inflatable frog costume. I don't want to see anyone treated inhumanely, and to see this happen to my community members, my friends, my family, my neighbors, Todd said Thursday. Todd has been wearing the frog costume to protest since June just to show how ridiculous the notion that we are violent terrorists is, the protester explained in the Thursday interview. It's just to showcase how that narrative is wrong and does a lot more damage than good. Damn. Pepper spray in the vent. We just talked about recently on this show about people spraying fart spray into those and how
yeah, it's a prank that you see.
It's awful with the fart spray, but it's still funny because you would assume that those are their friends doing it, but they can't get out. It stinks. This is being trapped inside of a chemical warfare suit.
Yeah, it's cruel. It's unnecessarily cruel.
Yeah,
and especially to a cartoon frog.
Yeah.
How could you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's been noted that in recent days, the frogs seem to have been rapidly multiplying, just like real-life frogs.
Antifa tadpoles.
And that's because not only are these costumes dirt cheap, but some local activists have set up a website for what they're calling Operation Inflation, where anyone can donate $35 to purchase an inflatable animal costume for a Portland protester. It's that easy, folks. Here's NBC News with how that's going. If you're going to make it silly and say that we're evil, we're going to make it silly by showing how evil you are, said Brooks Brown of Vancouver, Washington, who passed out 30 inflatable costumes Thursday night to anyone who wanted to get in on Operation Inflation. As lingering toxins from tear gas lobbed by federal officers caused people to clear their throats and wipe their stinging eyes Thursday night outside the ICE building, protesters said they were skeptical the Trump administration would follow a court order that was not in its favor. Brown and other demonstrators pulled a cart filled with 30 inflatable costumes and began passing them out to protesters, turning the gathering into a kind of night circus as a raccoon, polar bear, and axolotl bounded towards the ICE building. Brown said he created an Operation Inflation website in one night this week after seeing federal police confront protester Seth Todd, otherwise known as Toad, because of the costume he wears. Brown says he immediately began selling inflatable costumes from the site, adding that the operation is not funded or backed by any outside organization.
You know what they need? Someone that does these costumes, they need to invent a HEPA filter for that intake valve.
I mean, I feel like you could kind of jerry-rig one pretty easily.
Yeah, these would be great protester battalion suits.
Mm-hmm. They'd be unstoppable. Immune.
Super Mario Brothers original movies reference, Toad the criminal. They're going to turn him back into a lizard as soon as they get their hands on him.
That was fucked up. I did not like that scene.
No, it's a good movie, though. Brown said he grew up learning about the deadly Kent State shooting in 1970 when 4 unarmed students were killed and another 9 wounded by members of the Ohio National Guard. Operation Inflation is his attempt to de-escalate tensions between protesters and federal officers. People should be able to protest. They should have their voices heard, he said, between coughs from the tainted air. Dressed as Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, Portland resident Joy Wilson marveled at the masked agents staring down at her. She said she usually reads a book during demonstrations to highlight the peace and calm of Portland's resistance movement, and Thursday night marked her first time attending a protest in costume. But after witnessing federal agents pepper spray Todd in the respiratory hole of his inflatable suit on October 4th in an act that was caught on video and posted to social media, Wilson said she decided to show solidarity because the frog has become a symbol of nonviolent protest. They are taking Pepe back, turning him back into a normal frog and showing up to protest.
It took a decade, but we finally got our own frog.
Full loop. Uh-oh. Who dat? That boy. And he's showing up. Someone needs to show up on a unicycle.
Oh, no.
So the Portland some Portland protester already has a unicycle.
They probably have more unicyclists per capita than any other city in the country.
I need a dat boy at these protests within a week. Someone send me the video.
How are you going to shoot pepper balls at dat boy?
Yeah. Oh, shit, what up? and he just unicycles away. It's the perfect protest outfit. You'll do it. And Halloween's coming up. All these people get free Halloween costumes if you show up to protest.
Yeah.
People sometimes wonder, what can I do to protest? Wilson said. This makes it so accessible. Wilson's husband, Kevin, who was wearing regular clothes, stood nearby, carefully picking out more costumes to order online for demonstrators. Their teenage daughter and her friends passed out pizza slices to the demonstrators. These evil, war-torn fighters.
They're rations. They're passing out rations.
I love the president
for the war that they're fighting.
Describing this as a bombed-out war zone, and everyone's like, "All right, we're a little hungry. Let's send the little girl over to get some pizza."
They're having a fucking pizza party.
Should I go with the unicorn? He mused before selecting a range of animals, including a lobster, a shark, and a bear. I already ordered a squirrel. Wilson confessed with a grin.
So yeah, clearly Portland is a hive of scum and villainy that must be crushed by the full force of the U.S. military.
Don't pepper gas them now. They're having their pizza.
I mean, some people like their pizza a little spicy.
Yes. Shoot the crushed red pepper at them.
And at this rate, federal agents will soon be severely outnumbered by cartoon animals, and they risk being totally overwhelmed by frogs, chickens, unicorns, and all sorts of other dangerous wildlife.
I like the squirrel. We need to make the squirrel the sign of the resistance. We already talked about people having squirrels as pets and stuff. I think it's time the squirrel gets its due.
I mean, you shouldn't have a squirrel as a pet, but
you should show up as a squirrel to a protest.
Yeah, that's the only squirrel I really want to see.
Yeah.
But I'm sending the National Guard now. Portland has fallen. It's gotten so out of hand.
Yeah.
This is so fucking stupid.
I mean, not to make light of the Kent State situation, but what an image it would be. Someone crying, freaking out over a fucking oxalotl laid out on the ground.
I mean, let's hope things.
That's something I don't want to see, but just wow. Because you think about it, obviously these types of costumes didn't exist back then, but
we didn't have the technology.
It is a great idea because it's you can't make this look tough in any way.
Yeah.
You can't. Them going around filming their viral shit that they're doing where they bring camera guys, the federal agents, to beat up a Pokemon, it just takes all the wind out of it.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, this is kind of fucking brilliant.
All right, I'm gonna donate a costume to Operation.
Yeah, it's $35.
They need to start doing this with other cities too.
Yeah, I mean,
because Chicago needs it, LA needs it.
Yeah, I mean, the Chicago operation is definitely, it's gone past. It seems like a much bigger operation than Portland is, at least at this point.
Yeah.
But
Portland, it just seems like they really want to just send in the military
Yeah.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason.
Uh-huh.
Like in Chicago, like they're out on the streets, like they're getting into confrontations with
Yes.
people in their neighborhoods. In Portland, it seems like it's still mostly just like they're doing their ICE stuff, obviously,
Yeah.
and people are hanging out near the federal buildings where they're detaining people and protesting, which is like
Meanwhile,
the most basic response.
I can't, if it's Newsmax or News Nation, but like in Chicago, they are absolutely pointlessly.
They're arresting like TV journalists now.
They're fucking rappelling out of Black Hawk helicopters into apartment buildings. Like there's a front door. Like this is crazy. And the fact that they're inviting Newsmax or News Nation or whoever it was, like it seems as though they're doing the Black Hawk thing for the shot and not for any other reason.
100%. Yeah. No, all of this is they're shooting a promo reel.
Yes. They're like, can you do some smoke, lay some smoke down so that when you go through this apartment building filled with sleeping families, we can see the lasers on your rifles?
Yeah. I mean, and that's why this stuff with the inflatable costume is kind of brilliant. Like, I do think a lot of liberals care too much about, like, optics in a lot of cases, but, like, optics is clearly pretty central to, like, manufacturing consent for all of this shit.
Yeah.
So by sort of embracing the absurdity of this and not giving them footage they can actually use.
Yeah.
In fact, giving them footage that makes them look fucking stupid is a really clever strategy.
Yes.
Anyway, it's anyone's guess why a president who sees these costume characters as terrorists would be denied the Nobel Peace Prize. But just as predicted, he was. No Nobel Peace Prize for Donald Trump. You know what? He spent too much time in New York and not enough time in LA, because if he lived here, he would know you can't just go on TV and whine about it. You got to buy billboards. You got to buy billboards.
Gift bags.
In Norway, you got to say, for your consideration.
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, and send him a gift bag.
Yeah. A screener.
Yeah.
You got to send him screeners, and you got to campaign for it.
It's Donald Trump shaking the hands of Hamas and Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He just would whine about it in like interviews, and that's not how it's done. That's not how you get the Academy Award, and it's not how you get the Nobel Prize.
He didn't want to seem like he wanted it too bad, although that is exactly how it came off.
Yeah, no, he came off as pretty desperate.
Extremely desperate.
Anyway, he's not happy about being snubbed, though his reaction hasn't been a full-blown meltdown, largely thanks to the actual winner, Maria Corina Machado, a leading figure in Venezuela's opposition to Nicolas Maduro, being a big fan of Trump and dedicating her Nobel Prize to him. So, he kind of did win the Nobel Prize if you think about it.
He's bombing the right people.
Still, though, it definitely felt like the Nobel Prize committee was kind of rubbing it in Trump's face when explaining why they gave her the award, as the New Republic points out. Democracy is a precondition for lasting peace, the committee stated. However, we live in a world where democracy is in retreat, where more and more authoritarian regimes are challenging norms and resorting to violence. The same trends of repression and consolidation of power seen in Venezuela are happening globally, the committee said. Rule of law abused by those in control, free media silenced, critics imprisoned, and societies pushed towards authoritarian rule and militarization. When authoritarians seize power, it is crucial to recognize courageous defenders of freedom who rise and resist, the committee continued. I wonder who that's about.
Yeah, that wasn't the only thinly veiled statement from the Nobel Committee about why Trump didn't win. Here's the hill. The chair of the Nobel Peace Prize Committee responded Friday to President Trump's public pressure campaign to win the award, telling reporters that the deliberation process for choosing the awardee prioritizes courage and integrity. Stephen Chung, odd job, assistant to the president and White House director of communications, accused the Nobel Committee of putting politics over peace in choosing Machado.
Yeah, I don't think he got the memo. I think he said that before they got the memo. Like, no, we actually like her because she's helping us do regime change in Venezuela. Because, Trump won. Like, the woman who won, I mean, like, it's just, you shouldn't take the Nobel Peace Prize seriously. Because, like, this lady who won is, like, openly, like, basically asking Donald Trump to invade Venezuela to do regime change, which is, like, I don't know, not that peaceful. So...
Yeah. No, Donald Trump, maybe he knew, and he was like, I'm going to bomb some Venezuelans as well.
Yeah, this lady...
If I do the peace in the Middle East thing, that's good. But if I also bomb some Venezuelans, then I'm definitely a shoo-in.
He's been bombing Venezuela.
Yeah, I know.
And this lady said on record, like, no, it's good that he's blowing up
That's
these
what I'm
books.
saying, yeah.
And it's like,
it's crazy.
oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad she won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, also, I didn't know this, but the deadline for nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize was back on January 31st, which was literally 11 days into Trump's term in office. So all of this fuss about Trump getting the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize has literally been pointless. It was never going to happen.
Yeah, but like those are rules, Elliot. Like rules, rules don't matter. I don't know where you've been. But,
it's just weird that as soon as all this talk started, it should have just been like, well, no, the deadline's passed. You missed the window.
Yeah.
Can we stop? Maybe next year. Better luck next year.
Nah, there's always a way.
But meanwhile, some of Trump's allies in Congress haven't given up hope. Here's Mediaite. Representative Buddy Carter, Republican of Georgia, told Fox Business host Ashley Webster, in for Stuart Varney, that Trump is the president of peace, and no one could have gotten us to this point that he's gotten us to. Carter continued, Joe Biden and his administration didn't even try to achieve peace in the Middle East. Kind of right about that. Donald Trump has done that, and I applaud him for that. That's why he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. And that's why I'm introducing a resolution for Congress today that will honor him with the Nobel Peace Prize. And if need be, we'll call for a discharge petition on that. I hope we can work with the speaker, though, and get it on the floor for a vote.
Isn't the government shut down and for no reason House Speaker Mike Johnson also has the House in recess?
Webster did not challenge Carter's assertion that a Nobel Peace Prize could be awarded by anyone other than the Nobel Committee.
Yeah, it's a Trump Peace Prize now, and you get it. It's cool. And
I feel like they just give him a replica medal.
Yeah,
and Congress can give him the Nobel Peace Prize, and maybe he'll finally shut up about it. But
that would be something, wouldn't it? Probably not going to though.
No,
you're gonna withhold this dying man's Nobel Peace Prize. He might not make it to next year's award ceremony.
Yeah, by next year he won't even know his own name.
Yeah,
I mean, look how quickly he's in decline.
Yeah, that kind of feels
his brain
like
is turning to Swiss cheese. You got to give him the award now.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's try and switch gears now to some news that has nothing to do with U.S. politics. Just a classic weird news story about a guy who had a hankering for some sweets and took things way, way too far, nearly killing himself in the process.
This is...
you can eat yourself to death?
I'm going to shout out the Chubby Emu YouTube channel once again. This is like literally a story that will 100% will appear on his channel. A man had a hankering for sweets. It nearly killed him.
Does this look like the face of a man who had all he could eat? I know we've all been there. You're munching on some unhealthy garbage and you know you've had enough. And if you keep on eating, you're going to feel like shit later. But your lizard brain demands just one more, and then another, and then another. And pretty soon, you've eaten the whole bag.
This happens to me with gummies specifically, especially the ones that are like coated in sour sugar. Those, I'll go through like a whole box of Sour Patch Kids. I never buy them. They just come into my possession. And then I'm like, well, I have to eat this entire bag.
I keep throwing them on your porch. I do this with cereal. If I buy a box of cereal, it is gone within 24 hours.
What? How? I don't understand.
I eat it all.
Like in bowls with milk?
Yeah. Well, yeah, almond milk, but yeah.
Right, but you're just, okay, I'm done with that bowl. It's all carbs, though. You don't feel, like, bloated? Ah, shit.
Yeah. I have, like, 2 bowls in the morning, and then, like, 2 or 3 bowls at night, and then, like, 1 or 2 at, like, 2 or 3 in the morning.
What kind of cereal are we talking about here?
Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Krispies, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Like little kid cereal.
Yeah.
Not like Raisin Bran or...
No, I don't need 2 scoops to get up in the morning.
Nuts, you know, the good stuff.
The good stuff, you say?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I've had a couple of...
You're eating cereals that are illegal outside of the United States.
They got colors in them that they don't make in other countries. No, I had like one of those vanilla blueberry ones recently.
Uh-huh.
Like the oat clusters and all that. It was good.
Yeah,
but the box is too small. The quality's too high. They can't give you too much of it.
And they are more expensive.
Yeah, it's like $7. Get out of here. I go buy the bags.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Hot tip out there. You know, all the Frosted Flakes, stuff like that, too regulated. You got to get like the underground brands that are putting the same amount of sugar that they did in the 70s.
Yeah, you got to buy like the Kroger brand. It's like 4 times the size.
Yeah, and 4 times the sugar.
It's just a bag. We didn't even put it in a box, and we passed the savings on to you.
That's right.
So you can eat more of our cereal.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, back to the guy almost dying from eating too many gummies.
Mm-hmm.
At least when you're eating a big bag of sweets, like it's a bag, you're eventually going to reach the end. But what if it's a really, really, really big bag? Well, here's the BBC with one man's brush with death from eating too many gummy soda bottles, which are a pretty.
Those are good.
Yeah, if you're going to eat gummies, like that's one of the better ones for sure. A man who spent 6 days in hospital after munching his way through 3 kilograms of cola bottle sweets. That is, by the way, 6.6 pounds.
That is like almost the size of a baby.
So much.
Almost a full-grown baby in this guy's stomach.
Has said doctors were shocked he survived.
Yeah.
Nathan Remington had a sudden hankering for cola bottles one night, so he ordered a huge bulk bag online and ate them over 3 days. The bag of gelatin sweets contained almost 11,000 calories, and the 33-year-old from Barnsley said he was so bunged up he could not walk or get out of bed.
Mr. Remington said, "It's not the cleverest thing that I've ever done in my life. I can't even look at a cola bottle now." Hey, there's a good diet idea, though.
Yeah.
It's like smoking all the cigarettes.
You're going to smoke this whole carton.
Yeah. "I just couldn't stop eating them," he said. "The bag was packed to the rafters with cola bottles, like a sandbag." Even though Mr. Remington started to feel unwell after day 1, he continued to feast on the chewy treats. Couldn't be the soda bottles. He even went for a carvery on the 3rd day before finishing the bag for dessert. The next day, Monday, the HGV driver was sweating profusely and did not feel right, but put it down to the pork he ate.
It must have been the pork, not the 6 pounds of gummies.
By Tuesday, he could not walk and was in agony. Mr. Remington saw a doctor the following day, and they ordered him to go to hospital as his blood pressure was astronomically high and he was in so much pain. "The doctors were stumped," he said. "They tested me for food poisoning and I had a CT scan, but it all came back clear. But after an internal investigation, they asked if I liked sweets because I was completely blocked up with gelatin."
He's more gelatin than man.
After he confessed he had eaten a whole 3-kilogram bag over 3 days, the doctors told him they were surprised it had not killed him. Mr. Remington was diagnosed with acute diverticulitis, sudden inflammation, and infection of the large intestine, and needed to be hooked up to IV drips to flush out his system.
I like that he didn't even think to mention this to the doctors until they directly asked him.
Did have some bad pork.
You wouldn't happen to have eaten a ungodly, absurd amount of gummy candies recently, did you? But it was only it was only 6 pounds, only 3 kilograms, so
Love the
couldn't
idea.
have been that. Must have been the pork.
I know it's a different CT scan probably, but like the idea of putting this man in a tube and slowly trying to analyze what's wrong with him, and it goes all the way like, whoa! What in the hell is that? Sir, you've got the biggest cancer I've ever seen.
I've never seen a tumor this large.
We need to get this thing out
all
immediately.
tumor.
Oh.
With Halloween coming up, that is a good reminder that you can, in fact, eat too much candy, especially as an adult, and it can kill you.
Remember that radio station didn't know that drinking too much water could kill you, and they gave away a Wii?
They killed a lady.
They killed a lady.
Yeah,
Overconsumption is a real problem.
drinking too much water and then refusing to piss it out. She had hydration poisoning and she died.
Yeah.
Yeah, not.
Brits love this gummy candy shit. I got friends that bring back, anytime they come back, they bring like these little piggies, little soft piggy chews.
I lived in the city of Bonn for a couple months. That's where Haribo is headquarters. It stands for Hans Riegel of Bonn.
Wow.
And their official store is incredible. You can just grab, essentially, like, at the grocery store, they got bags.
Yeah.
You grab a big old plastic bag, and you could easily fill it with, like, at least as much candy as this guy got. I certainly did. Half my suitcase coming back was just loose Haribos in gigantic bags that I would give to people. And they had so many more flavors.
Give it out Lucy's?
Give it out Lucy's. They had so many more flavors than you can get here in the U.S. Shit we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's good stuff.
and it's very addictive. Just don't get the sugar-free kind, or you'll be shitting out of your asshole for the next several couple of days.
Yep.
Just look at the Amazon reviews.
Yeah.
Get sugar instead.
Always fun.
You can't replace sugar with, you can't, it's not worth it. Don't do it.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, we've got the headlines half the show coming right up. But first, it's time to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid, all in one place. With Squarespace, designing a website has never been easier. They've got a whole library of award-winning and professionally designed templates with options for every use and category. Or you can now just answer a few quick questions about your industry, goals, and personality, and Squarespace will quickly generate options customized for exactly what you're doing. But every great website also needs a great domain, and Squarespace Domains makes it easy to find the best name for your business at one fair, all-inclusive price, no hidden fees or add-ons required. Every Squarespace domain comes with advanced privacy and security tools included to ensure your domain remains online and protected.
And once you've got your great website and great domain, you're gonna want people to actually be able to find your website. And Squarespace's SEO tools help you just get discovered fast. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more. So you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. They've even got built-in donation tools so you can fundraise directly on your website and grow your impact. Create a professional, on-brand website that makes it easy to accept one-time or recurring contributions and engage supporters. Folks, if you need a website, Squarespace has you covered. Head to squarespace.com/weirdnews for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code WeirdNews to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That is squarespace.com/weirdnews, and our offer code is WeirdNews. Now we can get into the weirdest, craziest, wildest headlines from around the world this week. And if you're visiting an AMC theaters this weekend to see maybe one battle after another with a few small beers with your friends, you might want to pour one out for the woman on screen before all these movies play. She's
Pour one out for Keith Urban.
Yeah. yeah, I guess. So it's a bit of a breakup in Hollywood.
How Nicole Kidman's bottomless need for sexual attention led to the end of her marriage to country music star Keith Urban. No, Nicole Kidman.
Not just can't give her enough.
Oh, she's too horny. I just can't live with Nicole Kidman, my wife, demanding sex from me all the time.
She, no matter where we are, she looks over to me and she says, "Sex feels good in a place like this." And that's her very subtle hint that she wants me to absolutely rail her behind the curtain.
So I did not read this article because it is apparently some people out there are willing to pay to access the paywall for the Daily Mail. It's a paywalled article on like Daily Mail, and apparently it's just based on like sources and insiders say. So who the fuck knows why they got divorced or not? But one theory is that Nicole Kidman
There's a press thing.
Too horny.
There's a PR thing to get it out there that she's like, that she has an insatiable need for amazing sex, so that the suitors, the potential suitors.
Who do you think's gonna be next?
Girth master.
I think it's gonna be Pete Davidson. Maybe a quick Pete Davidson rebound.
No.
And then the girth master.
Pete Davidson, he lives in a palace in Saudi Arabia now.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, he's a...
But the girth master lives here now. He lives in Los Angeles.
Oh, does he? He walks among us?
Uh-huh. Barely.
He limps among us.
They're like, God, is that guy on fentanyl? No, his massive dong is pulling him over.
I saw a picture of it. It is kind of horrifying.
Uh-huh.
I worry for that man.
Yeah.
And like from the sound of it, he's like making the best of an otherwise like kind of horrific like life experience.
Mm-hmm. I have mutuals. I haven't met him yet because it would be weird for me to meet a guy where I'm just thinking about his cock the entire time.
I mean, you could probably see it.
Yeah.
Just through his
That's
pants.
the problem is I'd probably
it's gigantic.
like look.
It's like the size of his fucking femur.
Like there's no way that you wouldn't like have a look to see if you could see the outline of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was. I don't know if it was him. It was some other dude with big dick problems. He's just like, yeah, if I get hard, it makes me lightheaded because it's like too much blood going down there. I'm like,
BDP, big dick problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they need the big dick toilet.
They do. Oh, they actually do. Guys like that. Like, it's got to be horrible every time they sit down to take a shit. Like, they need like a squatty potty for the seat.
It's like, yeah. How'd it go in there? Water's cold.
Anyway, Nicole Kidman is single again, fellas.
And she's looking for some deep, endless dicking.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was like Charlize Theron also did like she went on a podcast and she's like, yeah, I'm on the apps. I'm just fucking a bunch of 20-year-olds. It's great.
I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
I mean, both of these ladies, Charlize and Nicole Kidman, are
very attractive.
Incredible looking for how old they are. Like,
I'd say incredible looking no matter what age they are.
That's what I would say, but like, I mean, 56, I think Nicole Kidman is, and it's like, you look like you're 40.
Yeah.
35, maybe. I don't know. It's crazy.
You seen Kris Jenner lately?
Oh my God.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's gotten out of hand. I mean, it's been out of hand for a while, but like, she literally, it's weird. It looks like a teenager using like the old face filter.
Yeah. Huh.
It's very strange.
Firefighter dumped 75 possibly used tampons on ex's lawn for dating new girl.
Female firefighters, they're you got to know what you're getting into when you date one of them.
So you're just saving all of her used tampons for this occasion?
Well, when they arrested her for it, she said, no, it weren't real. It was my mom and my aunt's idea. They were in town. And
it runs in the family.
We decided to go buy a big box of tampons and dip all of them in red paint and dump them on his yard. It wasn't my idea. It was my mom and my aunt. They bullied me into doing it.
What a fucking dodged bullet that is.
Yeah. Oh,
the whole family's fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, not only is she crazy, all of her relatives are crazy too.
Yeah.
Now I'm really regret breaking up with you. Jesus. But that's the kind of attitude you need to be able to run into a burning building.
Sure.
I'm sorry. They're not wired right, and that's why we gave them that job.
Yeah, they say, every once in a while you get a firefighter who's an arsonist, and maybe this is that kind of person.
Yeah, maybe keep an eye on.
Yeah.
WestJet now charges passengers to recline seats on new Boeing 737 flights.
Does it have a little slot you put your quarter in?
No, it's just they crammed more seats into the plane by making it like all standard coach seats, which is like
they don't move.
2/3 of the plane can't even move.
Yeah.
So they could get like, I don't know, one extra row squeezed in there. And it's like, okay, WestJet's doing this now. It's always like one airline is just like, can we get away with this? And then every other airline starts doing the same thing.
It's like the Ryanair CEO is like, if I could make them stand, I would.
No, they seriously explored that for years before the European version of the FAA was just like, no, you can't fucking do that. It's never going to happen. Stop asking about it. But they were seriously, they first they did like standing, like, oh, just hold something. And then they came up with these like chairs that were sort of like roller coaster
like
seats.
a leaning. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what those roller coasters where your legs are hanging, where it's just like, it's kind of a seat. It's just like a little thing that protrudes that you put your asshole on and you're standing, but not entirely.
Like, I know I'm the only one that watches commercials anymore, but like something that's pissed me off so much, and it's the tone of the ad. The Southwest, they reverted on their like all you can pick whatever seat you want kind of thing. So now they do assigned seating, and their ad is like, guess what, everyone? They finally did it. Who's ready to pick your own seat on Southwest? And it's like, no, the whole fucking point was that like everyone paid the same amount, and you sat wherever you got to sit.
Yeah. Also, like, you're the ones that invented this.
Yeah.
You were describing how things were before you came up with the new version of it.
Yes. So it's just like, if you ever see the ad, it's the opposite of every public reaction you've seen to the Southwest decision. It's just, they're like, the ad execs were like, let's just take all the vitriol online and reverse it and make an ad about that.
Yeah.
Like they literally like look at the camera and go, we are so excited for this change.
And you are too.
I can't wait to choose my seat.
I mean, the good thing is, I think the longest Southwest flight is probably like 4 hours.
No, they go everywhere now.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because they sold to some other company now.
I mean, I only ever take Southwest to like NorCal or like
No,
Arizona,
they do
Southwest.
International and everything now.
Ooh.
Fucking ruined the company.
Oof.
Yeah.
We are deeply sorry. Toronto principal apologizes after Arabic version of O Canada played at school on October 7th.
And on October 7th, too? Oh, geez.
Ooh. I mean, it sounds like it was genuinely a goof.
Yeah.
Not a goof. It was an accident. I didn't know they like they pressed the wrong button or something. I didn't know there was a Arabic version of "Oh Canada." Kind of want to hear it now.
Yeah.
But it's just, sometimes life fucks up.
Maybe it was like the first choice on alternative languages because it starts with an A.
Could be. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, people were freaking the fuck out. But, I don't know. I think it's cool that there's an Arabic version.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Of "Oh Canada." It's unfortunate that the day everyone learned about its existence was the 2-year anniversary of October 7th.
Yeah.
Not the best timing. Hey, whatever.
Well, if you want any clear sign at all that the GOP is certainly treading water, here's another headline. Lauren Boebert vows to pursue truth about UFOs as she bids for re-election. This is always the fucking thing. We're like,
you are literally in
we're underwater. Boom, UFOs.
You are in office right now.
Yeah.
Your party controls the House, the Senate, and the White House.
Release the UFO files.
Yeah, it really is interesting. Like, if we do get like actual legit elections next year or the year after, is it next? Yeah, next year. Which is we'll see. It's
like, what can they campaign on?
Republicans always do this, where every time, and we saw it like during the Bush years too. It's like every time they consolidate power, they run out of things to run on because they're already in power.
They caught the car.
Yeah.
So it's like weed, medical weed, and fucking UFOs.
Medical weed is what Democrats do.
Yeah.
Break glass.
No, Republicans, it's switched. It's not switched, but it is. They've caught up to it.
Yeah.
Because like in the 2010s, they're like, oh shit, this is actually making a fuck ton of, like, we can exploit this.
Yeah, I mean, there's still enough like deep South states where people still think it's the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
Where it's not as a surefire as like when Democrats do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, elect me again, and we'll learn the truth about aliens. Why not do that now?
Why don't you just say that you'll give everyone an over the pants hand job at the Beetlejuice musical? Could do that.
Every single one of them? I think she could. She's a gilf, and she's got the ability.
Yeah.
And
she's
the
just like
motivation.
Nicole Kidman in that way.
Yeah, her and, I mean, it is crazy that Nicole Kidman is like 20 years older than Lauren Boebert. And looks, honestly, way, way hotter.
Yeah.
So, Florida Republican unveils bill threatening state funding if colleges don't rename roads after Charlie Kirk. Every college in Florida has to have a road on campus named after Charlie Kirk, or they will lose funding from the state of Florida.
This is so stupid. Like, what a gigantic waste of time, effort.
Charlie Kirk loved free speech. He fought and died for it, and that's why every college in Florida has to have a Charlie Kirk street, or we'll cut you off from all funding.
No, it's not Florida State University, FSU. It's Free Speech University, and you have to say that.
I haven't seen any updates on was it New College, their bronze Charlie Kirk statue, which was clearly just an AI generator. They just did AI in it. Like, the people who go there looked at the pictures and they're like, even the backgrounds of that's not anywhere on our actual campus.
Yeah, no, like I said, New College used to be a liberal arts college. Now it's a Christian college, so I don't even know what the fuck goes on.
It became this weird, like,
Is
laboratory of
DeSantis takeover.
Yeah.
It's don't like it. Don't like it. Chinese woman swallows 8 live frogs to ease back pain.
Did it work? No, it didn't fucking work. She went to the hospital.
They need to get this lady on the streets of Portland. She's going to clean up the streets.
Yeah.
I'll eat all those frogs.
8 live frogs. Like, they're just, first of all, this is animal abuse.
Yeah.
But like, they're not dead immediately. I'm sure they're in there and they're hopping around. That's gotta feel so fucking weird.
Yeah. Should have put a base layer down with some gummy candy.
You gotta eat like a handful of flies so that the frogs down there have something to distract them, so they're not hopping around. Anyway, yeah, she ate 8 live frogs, and
I feel like it would make your back pain worse.
Yeah, it caused some real problems. I mean, maybe it took her mind off the back pain.
That's right.
I guess this is the thing. This is something in Chinese folk medicine where they're like, oh yeah, your back hurts? Just go eat 8 live frogs.
This is like something a witch would tell you to do.
Yeah. And it's just weird. It's like, if this kind of thing worked, you'd feel like there'd be more like you'd have seen it work for other people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, or you don't because everyone's backs is fine. It's fine because
They're all eating frogs. Why aren't you?
No one's talking about eating the frogs. They're just not complaining about their backs.
Ugh.
Yeah. Parents accused of leaving teen on side of interstate with a bag of handguns, telling him to fend for himself.
This is Florida news. This is one of those stories that has
bet-
so few details. It's very unclear, but it sounds like the parents are either crazy, in some sort of cult, or they are serious, like, organized criminals. Because, like, it was one of those things where it's like, all right, kids, time to go. Throw everything you want in a duffel bag. We're getting out of here. And the son was like, wait, where are we going? And they're like, I don't know, either Guam or, like, Idaho. And he's like, what? Let me out. And they're like, fine. Anyway, here's some guns and, like, a big bag of cash. I guess watch the house. Bye. And they sped away. And, that's all we know.
Well, the important thing was that road that they dropped him off on
Charlie Kirk.
named after Charlie Kirk.
That's the real story.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Well, someone's in trouble then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, with the bag of guns, you are free to go.
Yeah. What's the crime? That's an average.
Actually, I
average
think
day
that
in
might
Florida.
not be a crime. I have no idea. It's Florida, so.
Yeah, I believe this was in, like, Sarasota as well.
Oh, good. Good.
Or the general area around Sarasota.
Great.
So.
Where the circus is always in town.
Or at least it was.
Yeah. Yeah, not so much anymore.
Jane Goodall's biting last words wish before dying would send Musk, Trump, and Netanyahu on a SpaceX flight out of here.
Let me just, like, bluntly, I would send them off the planet.
I would launch this list of evil men into space.
Yeah.
Off of the planet.
After
Bye-bye.
my, like, 90 years on this planet,
As like
I'd like to go off by saying these motherfuckers should get blasted into Mars.
Yeah, I've got some grievances now that I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, I've lived a inspiring life of, like, peaceful, inspiring
Conservancy.
Yeah, like studying chimpanzees more than any other person, and, like, being in favor of peaceful solutions to things on this earth. But I do have some grievances. I just want you to know before I leave this earth, the Elon Musk and Benjamin Netanyahu should be shot into space.
Yeah.
Just bye-bye. Boom.
She gets to the gates like, I got a lot of complaints about what's going on down there.
Yeah. Do something, please, Lord.
Also, here's my Nobel Peace Prize. Let me in.
Did she get it? I mean, she probably did.
Maybe. Doesn't matter because everyone knows she's good.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Yeah, if you have to wear something that says I'm the best or I'm the nicest or I'm the most peaceful, I got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like that is something that someone who was very peaceful would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's it for this week's episode of Weekly Weird News. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week, of course. But in the meantime, make sure you like the video, leave a comment, reply to a comment, buy some merch at internettoday.merch.com, and please watch our videos from earlier this week. We've got a news dump for you, a tech news for you, all the stuff you want to watch. Check that out, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.